Ladies and gentlemen, I was watching Phil from the Advice Show. He had a story on there about um, a teen, her afro was too big, and they were complaining about her hair and her afro and all that stuff. What they have done is write into their dress code that black hair is inappropriate. That's what they've done, not only in schools, but on jobs too. So they got in their dress code that our hair is inappropriate. Now, this is a story that came out in the Atlanta Black Star, and this is a British boy. Now, this just go to show you this happens all over the globe. So this teen right here was suspended from school for a haircut that we see on many black men around the globe. There is nothing wrong with his hair. It's neat, it's short crop, there's nothing wrong with it. How many times have we walked out in public and seen black men with this type of haircut? All the time. All the time, and it don't take much to find one. You can find black children, teens, and men walking around with their hair cut like this everywhere. But this boy was suspended because his hair was cut too short. So, this thing about black hair is global. And where does this stem from? This goes all the way back to chattel slavery, where you would see many of the photos with black women and their hair covered. The hair was covered because they claimed it was ugly. This hair is not ugly. It's the natural hair that grows out of our scalp. It's not ugly. But we let a group of people get away with putting in their codes in jobs and in schools and all kinds of places of businesses everywhere that our hair is inappropriate. And my question is, how come black parents in this country have not started a class action lawsuit? And many of the adults in this country can also do this. There should have long been a class action lawsuit against what these folks are doing. It is just another form of trying to find fault with us. And this should be unacceptable to everybody. Yet another girl's hair policed by her school, her afro called out of control. I don't understand, what is the big distraction? How does a child's afro hinder your lesson for the day in the classroom? It doesn't. It doesn't. But see, this is another reason to consider homeschooling. I know some of you can't do homeschool. I got a job, I work. You don't understand. No, I do understand those things. If you're going to homeschool, it's going to take effort. I homeschool my son, and my son has an afro, a big one, and he loves his afro. And I have never once said, you may have to go to work one day. You want to get rid of your afro. No, nobody should have to get rid of anything. You know, the problem is we're not taking this a step further and dragging these people into court. That's the problem. And it's going to have to come down to that. Either these parents wise up and take these school districts to court, or you come up with some kind of class action lawsuit and go against these school districts around the country for punishing black children for natural hair. This came out in Atlanta Black Star. Girl suspended for braid extensions. Why? What does her extensions got to do with her ability to learn? You know, the thing is, the school codes are written to be against the Black child. And that's what you're seeing in all of these stories. Now, if this is wrong, then why does it keep coming up over and over? If what I'm saying is wrong, why does this keep coming up over and over? And how come we can find a flood of stories on this topic? This is from the BBC out of South Africa, of all places, a country that's predominantly Black. And they're complaining about the hair of the native born South African girls. Africa, the continent of Africa, is dealing with the same thing when it comes down to hair on Black school children. Africa, a place that's damn near the blackest continent on the face of the earth, and they are dealing with suspensions over hair. See, these things can't go on unless we allow it to go on. And right now, it's being allowed by our people worldwide. Nobody is stepping up to the plate to take these people down over this mess. And you see, this one came out in NPR, and this was about a year ago. When Black hair violates the dress code. Well, why is Black hair written into your dress code in the first place? That's what needs to be, that's the question that needs to be raised in all of these school districts around America. Why is Black hair written into your dress code? And you're not writing anybody else's hair into it. It's a legitimate question. Our kids should not be going to school and being bullied and really ridiculed over their hair, something that's growing directly out of their scalp. I mean, what makes this different from any other form of racism? Seriously, what makes this different? It's not. It's not. It's only one group of children being singled out. High school students threaten with extension for let me just start this over. High school students threaten with suspension for wearing natural hair. Ladies and gentlemen, this is in the Bahamas. You know how Black the Bahamas is? The Bahamas. These girls, if you look at this picture, these girls look nice. Their uniforms are clean. You know, They look very well presented as far as I'm concerned. What's wrong with the way they look? This is the damn Bahamas, a predominantly black island is being told their hair is inappropriate. Oh my goodness. The bottom line is these things are happening because parents are not doing enough to combat it. This is why we see these stories every year. You can go back, these stories come out every single year. Every year. And as long as the parents don't come together to fight this on a legal level, it will not change. Start taking these school districts to court. Start suing them or come up at least with a big class action lawsuit. I don't have a child in school. I had made the decision to homeschool my son. But those of you that have your children going to school, or if you have a job and your job has written into the dress code that your hair is inappropriate, then it is really up to you to take that next step and drag them into court. Nobody should. Is your natural hair stopping you from doing your job every day? From doing a good job every day at your company? How is that stopping you from doing anything? And see, the time to really stop this stuff was when they first tried to enact it in the first place. But I do understand some of these schools don't tell you what their policies are. And once you do find out it's a policy, then it is up to the black parents that are sending your kids into those schools every day to make sure those policies are removed. It's bad enough you have to protect your kids against bullying and all forms of teachers messing with them all the time. Now you got to go and protect your kids over their hair. It makes no sense whatsoever. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.